afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. You'd think that I just really liked that intro, but nope. Thanks for joining in. For anyone who's been outside, it's a little bit soupy out there and not the best of days here in the city of Athens when it comes to weather. But as usual, I've got my weather person, Kyle Johansson, here today. Kyle, take it away and let us know what we're in store for.
So today it's going to be rainy conditions, high of 49, low of 25, chance of rain 100%. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, high of 33, low of 26. Winds out of the west at 10 to 20 miles an hour, with occasional gusts over 40 miles an hour. Friday, mostly cloudy, high of 36, low of 18. Saturday, high of 36, low of 23. Sunday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, high of 54, low of 38. Monday, rainy conditions, high of 53, low of 47. Tuesday, rainy conditions, high of 59, low of 49. And Wednesday, showers, high of 56, low of 38. So
looks like we're going from cold 40s and 30s to 50s and
near 60.
Near 60. Go figure. That's the way things go. You had an interesting experience at the OU wrestling match?
Yeah, the power was of the first whole wrestling match until the last minute. The whole came back on. They said the animal caused the power outage.
Yeah, so they had their emergency lighting. They didn't have to wrestle by candlelight, which is a good thing. That sounds like it could hurt more than wrestling itself. Thanks, Kyle. Some things I want to bring to your attention once again, and I'm not going to stop. It's the Richland Avenue pedestrian passageway where we currently have a lot of detour detail out there with our variable message signboards as well as fixed signs. I've mentioned this in the past. If you are traveling north on Richland Avenue, coming uptown, you'll be detoured onto South Schaefer all the way around to West Union. Then West Union, you can continue on to the uptown area. There are going to be some events that take place over the summer months to where we have our typical street closings. Most notably would be the Brick Criterium, which is the bike race that kind of circles its circuit around, down Court Street, up State Street, up Congress, and then Union, and then back around again to Court. And during that event, as well as other events such as the Athens Music and Arts Festival, or Arts and Music Festival, where we close down one block of West Union. When we have these events, you'll be likely detoured up High Street to get around and into the uptown area or to bypass. I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. If you're coming from the south side of the city, it might even be easier to jump onto 3350 and come around take the Rock Riffle exit and jump onto Stimson Avenue and come into the city that way, or continue on and get on East State Street if you're heading uptown. But that all said, I'm going to throw this to Ryan Schwartzoff and have him show you a PSA that was put together by the government channel with our Director for Engineering and Public Works, Bob Hetty.
Hello, my name is Bob Hetty. I'm the City Engineer and Director of Public Works for the City of Athens, Ohio, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about the Richland Avenue Pedestrian Passageway Project.
What brought on the Richland Avenue Pedestrian Passageway Project?
Well, I think this project's been in the works for at least 10 years. The large number of students and cars that interact at that at-grade intersection is a big concern. Just when you have that many students trying to cross and that many cars trying to pass, so you don't only have congestion, but you have a potential for an accident. We I believe there's 9,000 to 17,000 cars a day, depending on what's going on in the city, and there's somewhere between 6,000, a little over 6,000 pedestrians a day, with 600 in the peak hours. So, when you have 600 students crossing in 1 hour, the chances of something happening there could happen.
How was the design for the Richland Avenue Passageway project chosen?
I came into the city in 2018. The design was underway, but I'm familiar that it was been in the works for quite some time. How we ended up with a pedestrian crossing and the pedestrians going underneath the roadway is basically a function of cost and utilities. So there's quite a few existing utilities underneath the roadway. So that made dropping the roadway to put the cars underneath the sidewalk, unfeasible. And then pedestrian bridge was probably not a good idea for access as well as cost. It may have ended up being more costly than the chosen design. So the chosen design, the current one that's going to be constructed, is a pedestrian way. It's 20 feet wide, 8 feet tall, basically sitting at the same grade as the existing roadway, and then the cars will go up and over.
When does the Richland Avenue passageway project start?
So it'll start soon. So signage is going up on Monday, February 17th. Just making people aware of the project. And on March 2nd, we should see the island removed at the end of Bobcat Lane, and then the full closure between Bobcat and West Green Drive.
How long will the construction for the pedestrian passageway project last?
So approximately 7 months is our hope. Sometime mid-September, we hope to have everything back open. It'll open in stages. So the first part of August, the pedestrian way for crossing by the students will be open sometime around the first part of August. I think August 7th is our goal. And then Richland Avenue will open within a month of that, and then the whole project be completed sometime mid-September.
What are the street detours during the Richland Avenue pedestrian passageway project?
So the major street detour would be Schaefer to West Union and vice versa. So if you're going north, you'd go South Schaefer to West Union, and then coming south would be the same, West Union back to South Schaefer. Campus access will be maintained on West Green Drive, West Green Drive, South Green Drive, and then as well as Oxbow Trail, with a few interruptions during events. So that just the section between Bobcat Lane and West Green will be closed for the duration of the project.
Is there anything else about the Richland Avenue pedestrian passageway project you would like us to know?
I think it's going to be a big change to campus, one of the biggest we've seen in a long time. It's going to change the looks. There's a lot of aesthetics been added to match the architecture. So there's a lot of brick on the outside of the passageway. Be decorative lighting inside the passageway. But no, just like to thank City Council, the mayor, the Service Safety Director, the university, and ODOT for all their support, and the community as well. So it's been a long project. We've had to bid it 3 times before we were able to get it in the right amount of time. It was basically we were trying to do it within 90 days, and that just wasn't feasible, and the prices showed that. So we're just thankful for everybody's support and patience, and I think it'll be into September. It'll be pretty neat to see what campus looks like with that new connection.
So there you have it. Keep that in mind that over the course of the next 179 days, that this closure will take place starting Monday, March 2nd, and it'll run all the way through September 11th of this year, 2020. So that detour will be in effect. Another thing that just took place last night or yesterday afternoon between 3 and 6 p.m. was an open house to encourage people to come and look at the West Union Street project, which will be another big project. We're looking out to 2022, I believe, with that particular project, where we're going to do some enhancements on West Union from the intersection of Schaefer and West Union all the way out to the West Union Bridge, which is right there across from the Elks. And continuing to get input from people on that particular project. I believe that will project and the designs will be going to the West Side Neighborhood Association meeting, which is coming up shortly. So keep that in mind, that we're continuing to explore ways we can always enhance the city. Another thing that is new to the city, relatively new to the city, is the electric scooters that people may have seen or experienced in the uptown area, but not just uptown, throughout the city. We are constantly looking at ways to improve that system or tweak that system or lead to potentially some further restrictions as to where those e-scooters can be ridden in the city of Athens, but they be mindful and be alert when you're walking around in the uptown area in particular, where we have the more dense core of the city with pedestrians and bicycles and vehicles, that those e-scooters are out there. The other thing, which I had the great pleasure of reading a proclamation at the Andrew Jackson Davison unveiling or ceremony, which was at the Athens Middle School last week. And I know that Ryan Schwartzoff was there, and he recorded it in length, I believe. May have had to do a little bit of editing because I think there was some copyrighted music that was played, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, you can view that on the city's website, YouTube, as well as on Facebook. So know that if you're interested in learning more about the first and only African-American lawyer who was a board certified, board licensed lawyer here in the Athens area, who served from the 1870s up until the turn of the last century, early 1900s, and he passed away in 1922. But it was a great ceremony, so I would encourage you to watch that. A few things going on at Arts West. I mentioned this last time, the Cat's Pajama Clothing Exchange. This is to benefit Arts West. This will be taking place on Thursday, March 26th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. That is a members' night, so members of Arts West. And then there's Exchange Days, which is Friday, March 27th. That will take place from 5:30 to 8:30, and then also Saturday, March 28th, and that will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're also looking for volunteers who want to help with the clothing exchange. You can reach out to Emily Beveridge at eBeveridge, that's spelled BEVERIDGE, at ci.athens.oh.us if you want to help her out. She goes on to say, we love our volunteers, so help her. The other thing is the Arts West Side Chat with Arian Smedley. Arian is hosting these. Arian is the representative for the First Ward here in Athens. She is doing this February 26th from 5 to 6 p.m. at Arts West. Come and chat with Arian. Tell her about how you feel about things going on within your ward. You know, you can probably tell her how you feel about things going on in the rest of the city if you care to, but she is doing her civic duties as the new ward rep for the First Ward. Athens do-it-yourself wine, mead, and venison competition. This is pretty interesting. I may even show up to this one. This will be February 29th from 5 to 9 p.m. It's a do-it-yourself shop presents the annual winter contest at Arts West. Sample and judge some great locally homebrewed mead, wine, and sample some delicious venison dishes. $15 for a souvenir judging glass, and enjoy all the festivities. Bring 2 bottles. Extras are always appreciated, or a venison dish to share and get your souvenir glass and judge for free. That might be kind of cool. So check that out. Again, that is February 29th from 5 to 9 p.m. Athens Noise Show. This is March 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. The Noise Show, I wonder if that's to be in compliance with the noise ordinance or something like that. But anyway, the Noise Show. 3 hours of sound, drones, noise, notes, music, and other weird stuff with performances from Weed Ghost, Dinner of Swords, and several other people involved in this. So it's $5 suggested donation to come down, bring some food to share. This is presented by the Municipal Endowment for the Sonic Arts and Aqua Bear Legion. And then finally, the arts reception at Arts West for Savannah Friedman and Hannah Sickles. This is going to be March 6th from 5 to 7 p.m. An exhibit of original handmade artworks by Savannah and, of the Moonville Print Shop, and Hannah of Saturday Darlings Studio. This is free. So again, I encourage you to come and check that out. Be there for the opening reception. The show is going to be on display from March 2nd through the 26th of March. So it'll be up for a while. But the opening reception is always fun to meet the artists and engage with them and understand more about their medium, as well as understand more about the art itself. So, Kyle, thank you once again for joining me here. As I've said so many times before, and will continue to say, it's always a pleasure having you here to assist me and talk about all things weather and sports.
Yeah, speaking of sports, Friday is the senior night for the men's basketball game at 6:30 p.m. against Kent State at the Convo.
Against Kent State. Is Kent State, are they good this year?
I have not checked the score.
Let's assume they are. So go Bobcats. Let's take down Kent State.
Take down Kent State, make it to the MAC tournament in Cleveland, Ohio. On
There
the way.
there you go. Make it to the MAC tournament. Thanks you once again for tuning in to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference, and please tune in again next week for the next installment. Take care.